Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Deep Six Baseball Talk. Yeah, we've been away for a little bit, been kind of busy over the last week and a half or so. Kind of came down with a little bit of a cold as well, but we're back. We are back, baby. Yeah, so some things have gone down uh, since the last time we have spoke. Have some unfinished business. No, yeah, some things go down, some important signings and some talks also between players and teams. So we're gonna dive into it. Let's get it. So first we got Cody Bellinger. Yep. Back to Chicago Cubs. 3 years, $80 million. Went for a shorter term, it looks like. And he's got opt outs after the first 2 seasons. So we'll see where that goes. But good news for Chicago. Good news for Cody Bellinger. Seems like he wanted to end up back there. So got him a pretty good deal, and we'll see if he ends up trying to opt out after those first two, or each of those first two. See, I guess that depends on how he plays and how the Cubs play. If they make the postseason or however that goes. So yeah, Cody Bellinger to the Cubs, 3 years, 80 million. I think that's where he wanted to end up, to go back to. He fit well in that lineup, and he made a lot of good relationships with the other players there in Chicago. And I think the fans love him there. And I think he's back, man. He's back to his, I wouldn't say his full MVP form, but he's pretty dang close. Pretty dang close, in my opinion. I think that he's going to have another decent season if he stays healthy, stays on the field. Hopefully, he gets in there into spring training and gets his work done and prepares his body for a long 162 and see how it pans out. But I think he's got tremendous ability to be able to go out and put up good numbers. You know, so we'll see how Belly does. 3 years, 80 million to the Cubs. In other news, Blake Snell still on the block. Excuse me. I'm going to be doing that quite a bit. Still clearing up a little bit. Got some bad allergies. But yeah, Blake Snell still in talks with the Yankees about a contract. He has an offer on the table, I've heard, and but they're still in talks with him. They're saying that it's possible that they may be looking at shorter term with higher AAV, average annual value, so more money, less years. See where it goes, and maybe they extend him down the line. We're not too sure. So yeah, still in talks with the Yankees. It seems like, I don't know. Haven't heard much about any other teams. They say the Angels are dabbling in him and Montgomery. I can't really see him going to a team like the Angels because they're not really in a position to do much, in my opinion. They have not really any pitchers, not front line. Yeah, even if they get a guy like Snell, I don't think they're in a position to compete very well with one ace. They got to have some stability throughout that rotation and that bullpen. So, uh, who knows? Maybe they get Montgomery and they get Snell. And then you're talking about some stability there in a rotation. So, but as far as I see, it looks like the Yankees are the front runner at this point. So, no telling where that goes. No telling how long it's going to be, how much money, and hopefully he can get out there and get started on spring training and get his work in because the clock's ticking. Only a couple weeks now. Well, 3 to 4 weeks till opening day, and pretty sure that any team that is going for him or Blake Snell himself wants to be ready by opening day. And with pitchers, it's a progression. They gotta ease into it with their workload. They can't just jump right into it. Be ready to throw 100 pitches on an outing. So uh, there's nothing like getting your work in with your team, the guys you're going to be working with every single day. Catchers, infielders, you know, double plays, PFPs, throwing bullpens with your catchers, getting on the same page, and your coaches. So we'll see what happens with Blake Snell, but clock's ticking. Gotta hurry. Oh, let's see. Shohei Otani. Dollar dollar bills. Money man. It's today is February 27th, 2024. Um Shohei is due to make his spring debut with LA. He'll be in the lineup as well as Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman. I've heard mixed things about what the lineup is. I have yet to look at what the official lineup. I imagine it's out now. It's 2 o'clock my time, Central Time. I think the game's getting ready to start if it hasn't already. But I think it's Mookie, Shohei, Freddie. Wow, 3 MVPs right there. One, two, three. So we'll see how Shohei fares in his spring debut with Freddie and Mookie around him and that lineup with some protection. It's going to be scary. And it's just spring training. We'll see how they do. But the regular season, once them guys get rolling, Shohei only has to focus on hitting. He's out, no pitching this year because he's got injury. Tommy John, he had Tommy John, I believe. And but yeah, that season gets rolling and they all get rolling like that. There's going to be some thunder in that lineup. Um, so yeah, Shohei making his debut for the Dodgers today. Uh, and I think Yamamoto is pitching today as well. So it's probably going to be a heck of a crowd at the Dodgers spring training facility. Yeah. So there's that. More Dodgers news. Kike Hernandez came back to LA on a 1 year deal. Um, yeah, they brought him back on a 1 year, 4 million. He's kind of their super utility guy. But he kind of finds his way in the lineup almost every day because he just produces. You put him in the lineup, he does his thing, makes good plays, gets on base, hits with a little bit of power if you need him to, and he's very familiar with the way that Dave Roberts and the Dodgers like to do things there, so he will fit right in again. And with that being said, they they signed Kike and then they traded Manuel Margot to the Twins. If some of you remember, Margot was kind of the throw-in when they traded for Glasnow. So they kind of flipped Margot for I think they got a prospect or something from the Twins. So yeah, Kike to LA, Margot out over to the Twins. So interesting timing there. So yeah, there's that. And then got some other news that came out last week. I wasn't able to get to it, but it's something I got to kind of walk back. Some news that I put out on my last video, first one about Hassan Kim. There was some news that they were considering trading him, and well kind of just blew up in my face. They decided to make him their starting shortstop now, and they're going to be moving Xander Bogarts to second base to be the everyday second baseman. That's crazy because they just signed him, last year to 11 years, close to 300 million to basically be their everyday shortstop. And well, they just said, we see more value with Kim at shortstop as our everyday shortstop. And word is that Xander Bogarts took it and just was like, you know what? All right, what's best for the team? Let's do it. And he said, let's do it. Let's get our work in. Let's make me the best second baseman I can be, and let's do what's best for the team. So he took that one and ran with it, and let's all right, so be it. If that's what's best for the team, let's do it. I'm down with it. So Bogarts has been known as one of the better people in the game, attitude wise and team wise. He's team first. So I'm not too surprised at his reaction to that. Now he could have been like, nope. I signed here as a shortstop. You signed me to all these years, all this money. I'm your shortstop. That could have gone south real quick. But with the type of person that Xander is, maybe the Padres knew that. They knew that. Hey, this we're getting more than just the elite player. We're getting the person as well, and he's a good person to have around. So it's good to know. Him. They say him and Kim they get along well. He was happy for him. That he got the spot, and we'll see what happens down the line. And that's not to say that Xander won't get his days at shortstop or whatever, you know, which he will. That's good for the Padres to have that in their back pocket. But at the same time, they have a roster full of shortstops. Manny Machado could play shortstop. Kim, Bogarts, Cronenworth is a shortstop at heart, but he pretty sure he plays first base for them. Then you got Tatis out there. But the Padres decided Kim is going to be our everyday shortstop. So there's that. Uh, we'll see how that goes for them, and hopefully he plays well. He'll have a solidified spot now. You know, he won't be jumping around all over the place, and maybe his focus can be on one thing. And maybe they see that maybe his production will go up even more than it has already. He's been amazing already. So sets his sights on one position only, and then focus on his game at the plate. So yeah, there's that. Uh, Still, the market has been moving fairly slow, in my opinion. It's so weird what is going on with the free agent market. Why guys haven't signed? I don't know what it is. I really don't. Usually by now you have all your big names signed, so they can show up to camp within the first couple days, and they can get the ball rolling. Right now, we're sitting in the end of February, about to be March, and we still have some of the bigger names have not signed. And I don't know what it is. It's the weirdest thing ever. I don't know if guys are asking for too much, teams aren't willing to budge and give them what they think they deserve, or there's just too big of a gap in the asking price. But the clock's ticking, man. Clock is ticking, and guys are going to get off to a slow start because they're not going to get their full work in. You know, uh, Doing the stuff on your own only does so much. You know, you can't you can only simulate so much, and it hurts you and it hurts your teammates when you can't get your work in with them and build that chemistry. So, but those guys know that, agents know that, the teams know that. Just moving slow. So, but anyways, that's it for this one. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you liked it. I kind of breezed through this one. You know, there's probably more I could have shared with you, but I just wanted to get on here and spread some news. Like I said, I was kind of sick and had some things going on over the last week and a half or so since the last video. Haven't been able to get on. So, but yeah, just wanted to get on and kind of spread what's been going on lately and kind of caught up a little bit. But we'll get back on the horse and we'll be doing this pretty regularly again. Well, again, but we will be doing this pretty regularly. We'll be keeping up with everything and trying to get on here hopefully on a daily basis or every other day basis to get you guys this news. So thanks for tuning in. Hope everybody's enjoying their week, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.